Hello everybody, Kashyyyk here. Welcome to the next episode. In the last episode, we returned back to the treetops and we've managed to rescue Sabar by helping Freyyr take back his leadership of his people and kill Sabar's evil brother Chungbar. We've also managed to solve a murder mystery. But anyway, hey, let's leave Kashyyyk, as we're pretty much done with Kashyyyk here. There's, I think, maybe one more thing for Kashyyyk we need to come back to later, but otherwise we're pretty much done here. So let's head back to the starport, to the Evanhawk. Maybe check on our characters in the Evanhawk. Maybe go to like I don't know if we'll leave Kashyyyk in this episode. Depends on how much conversations our characters have. But yeah. And then we'll probably head to the next planet. Although I think there's a few things that are now open to us because we've gotten 2 star maps. As I think something now changes at Yavin, and back on Tatooine there's Mission's brother, and I think there's also something on Dantooine that I missed that I want to check out to see if I can still do it. That's damaged security droid. It's still doing his job. It's going back and forth and endlessly. Can I check you? Okay. There's a backpack. I'm pretty sure I've looted this backpack. Yeah, I have. Set for the circular landing. What items did I lose? I just randomly lost items. What items did I lose? Freyr's leading an attack on Czerka. Let's help him out. Can somebody tell me what that item's loss was? What items did I lose? Because of course the game doesn't tell you what you lose. It's just randomly items lost. Like, what did I lose? An end to Czerka. That deals with them. Is there anybody inside the building? Did I never loot this cylinder? No, I didn't. The Wookiees are fighting back. Let's aid in their freedom. And there were bodies I didn't loot. Wookiee rebel? Wookiee rebel? Wasn't speaking to you, Sabar. I was checking to see if I could loot bodies. Also, just as a quick note, the shop that was here, I remember saying that if you went too far in the Shadowlands, you would not be able to finish the quests for it. This is the reason why, because if you help Freyyr, he'll attack Czerka, causing everybody here to flee. As a result, the shop owners will run away, meaning you cannot turn in the quests when you find the damaged droid. So when you find a damaged droid, you want to leave the Shadowlands immediately and come back up here to turn in the quest. Otherwise, you won't be able to complete the quest if you finish the Shadowlands before finishing this quest. So make sure you finish an honest debt before finishing up in the Shadowlands. That's good to hear. Let's get on board. Alright, let's check on everybody. First off, let's take a look at Baka's ceremonial blade. So, we'll give it a attack 2 and attack 2 damage. Adds more critical hits. And yeah, this upgrading it makes the sword really, really good. Let me look at my lightsabers. Did I get any new crystals? Okay, that gives an attack bonus. What do I have currently? So that gives stun. Well, this gives an attack bonus 1. This crystal's mine on the planet. Da da da. Ooh, attack bonus 3. That wouldn't be too bad for my lightsaber. Attack 1 and damage 1. I'll keep it as is. Let's put this in that. Crate. You attack plus 3. And energy free. Now let's see what stories everybody has. Plus, I think Bastila wanted to see us alone.
Yeah, what do you...
I was wondering if you had any more war stories.
You want another war story, huh? You want to hear about some other world getting wasted, eh? I knew you were the type. Your stagnant republic has never seen some of the strange creatures and races we fought on the Outer Rim in those years. And you never will now.
What do you mean?
We were going through the asteroid fields of the Crispin system at the very edge of the galaxy, playing with the pirates and smugglers we found there. The main belt in the Crispin system consists of mainly small rocks covered in frozen methane gas shells, and the pirates were using them for cover. Ha! I remember using a thermal generator to cause the outer layer of one of the asteroids to vaporize in a picosecond. It blew out and shredded the 3 smugglers using it for cover. But that was a mistake.
Why? What happened?
The asteroid I had targeted was smaller than most. Maybe a dozen meters on a side. On the outside, it looked the same as any other. Just a ball covered in frozen gas. But something must have been inside it. Something inactive, in the cold. The heat of my blast might have triggered something, or woken something up. After I'd hit it, spots of light and heat appeared all over the thin shell, still covering it, evaporating the gases. What lay underneath looked like some sort of rocky growth. A deformed rock, pitted by scores of micrometeorite scars. I think something even older might have been inside that.
What, an asteroid?
Maybe, but maybe not. It started rotating faster and faster as we watched it. After a second, it started spraying fire, thermal projectiles that melted our armor like wax. We were caught completely by surprise. Before we could counterattack, it fled at an incredible speed.
A ship?
We couldn't catch it, but we could follow its hyperspace wake. We followed its trail as far as we could, heading away from the galactic core. When it finally led beyond the edge of our galaxy, we abandoned our efforts. Anything that wants to commit suicide in that great void is not worth our trouble trying to catch. That's the only story I have for now. I'll tell you some more stuff later if we get the chance. Is there something else you want to know?
Nothing more for now.
I'm here if you want something done right.
Interesting. What was it that Canderous encountered? Anyway, let's speak to HK.
Statement. HK-47 is ready to serve, Master.
I would like to try and restore your memory.
Affirmative. If you believe your skills are up to the task, Master, then I can certainly guide you through the process. Request. I only ask that you be oh so very careful, Master. I am too valuable and well-crafted to perish at the hands of ineptitude.
Let's get started.
As you wish, Master. You are already familiar with accessing my central control cluster, correct? Now you will need to... And now rewire the last 3 relays. Yes, good. Well done, Master. I believe your operation was a success. Accessing new memory. Access complete. I have recovered the last of my deleted memory, Master. Unfortunately, my history is still not complete.
What? Why not?
Answer. As I did inform you, Master, the majority of my memory is still locked within my core. That can only be accessed by the appropriate stimuli. And I have no idea what that stimuli might be, unfortunately. Sadly, it seems my true origins will always be a mystery.
Are you sure your core isn't just damaged?
Observation. If it was, Master, your restorations will certainly have ensured that the proper stimulus restores my core's functions. Sadly, that could have already happened and we missed it, and my core was too damaged to activate. Oh, woe is me.
You're eager to find your origins, aren't you?
Query. Wouldn't you be, Master? Here I am, surrounded by all these meat bags, and all I desire is true perfection. Surely there are more droids like me out there. Or is that too much to hope?
Well...
Objection. Oh, fine. Laugh at me, Master. Humiliate your pet droid. Go ahead.
So tell me your last owner, then.
Correction. That would actually be my first owner, Master. The first I can remember. I had completed an assassination in Mandalorian space, though I have no knowledge of what my target was or who sent me. Regardless, my motor function had been damaged, and I could not return to wherever I had been sent from. A Mandalorian soldier claimed me as booty, I believe. He repaired me, poorly I might add, and proceeded to use my assassination protocol to raise his rank.
Appears no one can resist using your protocol.
Query. Do you not have enemies that you would desire eliminated, Master? If my protocol still worked, would you not use it?
No, of course not.
Statement. If you say so, Master. At any rate, it seems that my Mandalorian owner finally decided to send me against Mandalore himself. My poorest performance, sadly.
Oh, why's that?
Answer. I was captured by this Mandalore during the attempt. He was able to reverse my programming and send me after my own master. It was quite distressing. There was little I could do. Needless to say, I dispatched the Mandalorian soldier efficiently. Once I deactivated, I believe I eventually ended up on the black market and was sold to the Hutt on Slaheron. My darkest day.
So you killed that master directly.
Statement. So I did. I am not very proud of that, Master. The soldier seemed very startled, I must say.
You are just a traveling piece of bad luck, aren't you?
Objection. That is so unfair, Master. Have I not brought you a great deal of satisfaction?
You don't want to hear the answer to that.
Statement. You are a very harsh master, Master. I like you.
So is there anything else you can remember?
Answer. There are a few Mandalorian implants that I can activate now. They will improve my performance. Beyond that, Master, there is nothing more I can relate to you. With luck, we will discover the stimulus to unlock my core very soon.
Because of our repairs, HK can now regenerate his health by 1 vitality point every 3 seconds. He's also gained an additional +2 to his dexterity. So we fully repaired him, but he doesn't remember who owned him. Or at least who his first owner is, until he has the proper stimuli. What that is, we don't know. Do you say anything now, Subar? Anything to say about yourself, Subar? Why did you request to take Baka's sword? I'm sorry we can't stay on Kashyyyk longer. I wish you well. Let's get going. Now, if I recall, I believe Jolie... Yeah, he hangs out in the medical bay.
Got something on your mind, do you?
I think he says something funny if you ask him if he knows about the planet.
Oh, I know plenty about Kashyyyk. You think someone doesn't live here for 20 years and pick up a thing or two? Chances are, by the time I finish telling you about it all, you would have found out for yourself. So there's no reason for me to start blathering on. It should be enough for me to tell you that there's kilometer after kilometer of trees on this planet. The deeper you go, the more dangerous it gets. If you're smart, you stay on top with the Wookiees. You go deep, however, and you may find some things you weren't expecting. And that's about all I got to say about that. Now, let's get going.
Never mind.
Let's play with the old man's head, is it? He's half senile. He'll forget I said anything. Wait, what was this about anyway? Got something on your...
Alright, let's see. He can make medkits, if I remember correctly. And I think as you go along, he'll make advanced medkits, and I think even, doesn't it? Okay, so I can't ask him anything yet.
Oh, I get it.
Let's see what Juhani has to say.
Yes. What is it?
Is something wrong?
I was remembering Taris.
I'm sorry, Juhani.
No, it's all right. I think I am over the worst of it. I apologize again for lashing out at you. It was not your fault. It was a horrible place to have to live. At least in the lower cities where the non-humans tended to get relegated. Living for years in a place with no sun, living off the trash dropped from the upper levels, and the meager pay doing back-breaking labor.
And those raccoons?
There was always the danger of raccoons coming up from the sewers, or more mundane predators living and working in the area. My family and I struggled each and every day to make something of our lives. But we could only go so far. Taxes from the corrupt government, more fees from the gangs controlling the streets, and whatever was left paying for what food and medical supplies we could afford.
Is it that bad?
With no money to spare for any amenities, even the enclave on Dantooine seems a paradise in comparison. And of course, there was the constant bigotry and hate from the more affluent and human citizens, lording their wealth over us living below. Every once in a while, a rich human would come down through the lower levels with his droid entourage just to see how the wildlife lived, and laughed at the mockeries that were our successes. But I have come to meet many decent humans in my travels since those days. Indeed, some of the greatest people I have ever met are human.
Like who?
The Jedi who encouraged me to join the Order. The one who was with the group going to fight the Mandalorians. She was human. I am sorry. I am getting away from my point. If there even was one. Sometimes I curse the day my parents fled to Taris. But then again, if they had not, I would not be where I am today.
Your parents?
Another story for another time. For now, we must continue our own epic. To save the galaxy, if we can.
So we learned a little bit of what her life was like on Taris. Well, let's check on Karf and Bastila.
Yes, what's on your mind?
Tell me why you want revenge on Sol so badly.
I already told you, he betrayed us all.
It seems more personal than that.
Well, there is more to it. I'm sure you don't want to hear about it.
I asked, didn't I?
It's just that I don't talk about it very much, okay? I told you about my homeworld, Telos. 4 years ago, Saul led the Sith fleet there and demanded its surrender. The planet refused, and Saul proceeded to devastate its entire surface. Millions died. I had a wife and a son on Telos. I thought they would be safe there, but my task force arrived too late to be of much help. We didn't have enough medical supplies. The colony was burning and the dying were everywhere. I remember holding my wife and screaming for the medics, but they didn't come in time.
That's terrible. I'm sorry, I didn't know.
How could you? I had nothing left after that, really. I devoted myself to the fleet. Hunting Saul was my only purpose. I miss them. And I know killing Saul won't bring them back. And it won't make me happy again, but I have to do it. I don't expect you to understand, but I have to pay him back for what he's done. I have to. It's all I have left.
What was she like, your wife?
She had courage, and she was stubborn. Could never talk her out of anything once she put her mind to it. And she hated it when I signed back onto the fleet at the start of the war. I had planned on leaving soon, to join her.
So what happened to your son? You didn't say.
His name was Dustil, and I don't know what happened to him. The colony was a complete ruin, and we never found any trace of him. I made inquiries and followed the reports from Telos for years, but I stopped. Anyway, I hope that answers your questions. Let's continue with what we were doing.
So we know he has a son somewhere out there. We might encounter him sometime. Bastila?
Can I help?
Do you have something you want to say to me, Bastila?
Yes. I promised you an answer when we reached the Ebon Hawk, didn't I? But I'm afraid you won't like it. We should have some privacy for this. You're stronger than I am, and there's no point in telling me otherwise. You will be a great Jedi, I think. I hope. In some ways you make me feel weak, like I'm caught up in the wake of our destiny. But at the same time, you make me feel stronger, more alive.
So what does that... I feel more alive when I'm with you.
I realize now these feelings are part of the bond we share. The Jedi Council surely realized this. They knew my loyalty to the doctrines of our order would be tested on this mission. By facing and overcoming my feelings for you, I've learned a valuable lesson about control and the dangers of emotion. This is an important step in understanding the Force. I'm sorry if this is not what you wanted to hear, but I felt that it was important you know our infatuation was nothing more than a result of our powerful bond.
Let me look this up. I forget what the right answer for this situation is. Where the heck is that note? I know I had a note here somewhere. Where is my notes? Because I'm trying to see what one is. Because I say like, because I think if I say that, so that's it, it's all over, or that's okay, I never felt anything, we don't go any further with this. I forget if saying this pursues it, or if this pursues it. So I just want to double check before I make my answer. Let me see. Okay, I think this is, I'm quickly looking. So I'm just a stepping stone for you to become a master.
Please don't say it like that. You make it sound like I was using you. Don't you realize how difficult this was for me?
Difficult for you? What about me?
Why do you think I came to this decision? I know how hard this is for both of us. You just kept pressing forward, so I had to be the one to step up and do the right thing. You're the one who can't face the truth. Malak has to be stopped. How can I do that if I let myself be blinded by my feelings for you?
I'm going to stop Malik, Basila, but I want to do it with you at my side.
You mean it, don't you? But how can I be sure you're not making a mistake? I have to resist. I have to be strong for both of us.
You know I'm right, Basila.
But I can't. Malik will...
Shut up and kiss me, you bubbling fool. I love you, Basila, and I know you love me.
Okay, you've made your point. Now shut up and kiss me, you fool. We shouldn't have done that. It was wrong. The Jedi are not allowed to fall in love.
It didn't feel wrong to me.
It was a moment of weakness. When I kissed you, we shouldn't have. I'm sorry. No, I know we both wanted it, but we shouldn't have given in to our desire. We're Jedi. We can't act like this. Not now. Not while we still have to deal with Malik. I'm sorry. I don't blame you, but it was a mistake. I have to get out of here before somebody sees us together.
And that, I believe, completes Basila's romance with her. Whatever you do, do not ask her about this situation, otherwise she will break up with you. Anyway, I think we'll end things off here. In the next episode, we might travel back to Yavin 4, because now I believe some things have changed there. We'll go back to Tatooine, which apparently Tatooine is showing on the computer. I don't know if it always did, or if it shows the last place you went to. We'll go to Tatooine, quickly see Mission's brother, and then we'll go back to Dantooine. Because again, I believe there is something on Dantooine we can do. At least I want to check if I can still do it. Because I actually didn't know about it. Anyway, if you enjoyed this episode, do like the video, it helps tremendously. Subscribe if you haven't already. Leave a comment down below on your thoughts on this episode, and share the video so more people can discover my content and help the channel grow. And I'll see you all next time. Later.